Hello everyone, it's March week 2 and of course time for a recycle, repurpose, reuse or usual scraps prompt. Now I'm going to be starting off with this piece of ephemera here. This is a postcard and I assume that I have maybe picked this up in Spain. It looks like a pair of flamenco shoes. Regardless, it is absolutely gorgeous and that's what I want to start off with today. I've decided that I want to display it on this black and white background. I think it just looks lovely. I just really like that. I know that a couple of people have left comments saying, you know, how are you going to use these really busy backgrounds? But I just love them. And I just think if you choose your pieces wisely, you can definitely make something really cohesive. So that's what I am going to start off with. I've also got this, which arrived in the mail this week. We subscribe to an olive oil company and we get the olive oil and condiments imported directly from Italy, and this was wrapped around their annual brochure and I thought, my goodness me, that is just absolutely perfect. It's vellum and translucent, and so therefore if I find a way of gluing this down, I've got no idea how I'm going to do it yet, but you can see that we can still see the shoe design underneath the vellum. So I think that's what I'm going to use to hold it in place with some kind of maybe a belly band structure. I don't know. I'm going to have to play around with this. Now, let me just start off by taking this page out of the journal, just so that it's easier for me to work on. And for anybody that wants to know how I made the journal with the elastic signature, I'll leave the link in the description box below. So this is what we've got. Let's have a look and see what we can do with this vellum sheet. Now, I could wrap this over and we could have some of this text as well. That would add some interest. I think that would look quite nice. But I'm going to have to glue this in some way. And I'm thinking actually that I'd quite like to have this as some kind of a pocket. So what I think I'm going to do is I am going to trim this off here and then take this off to the sewing machine, sew around here along the bottom and along the side here. As you can see, I've just taken this off to the paper trimmer and just trimmed that edge off. Maybe we can use that in another project, but I think this is going to work quite well. So I'm just going to initially start off gluing the edge down just so that it doesn't move in the sewing machine. So let's just add a small amount of glue stick here. Make sure I line that up nice and straight. There we are. And I'm just going to take this off to the sewing machine and sew around here along this edge here and back up to the top. And I think that will work really well as a little pocket. This is now back from the sewing machine and you can probably tell I went a bit wonky here and had to go over it again. I think it was just that the vellum is so slippy. My sewing machine didn't really like it very much, or of course it could be user error. Make your choice. So let's have a look and see if this this fits. I think that's going to work really well. And how about we bring in that sticker and maybe we can pop that over the join as well. I think that will look really sweet. I am going to add a bit of glue stick just to make sure that that sticks down really well, but why not use it, seeing as that was on the band originally as well. How is that supposed to go? About there, like that. It just adds some interest. I mean, you know, it bears no relevance whatsoever, but it's interesting and I like it. So let's glue this down. Now, I think what I'll do is pop my postcard inside the little pocket, just so that I've got some idea of perspective and where I want it to go. I think I quite like it somewhere like that. And then I'm just going to use art glitter glue just to glue this down. So we'll just apply a small amount just around the edge like this. Yeah, I'd better apply some across the top as well. And then I'm just going to pop this in place and just weight it down with a heavy book for a second or two, just for the glue to grab. Just make sure that it's not hanging over the edge. I'm really happy with this page. That works really well for me. So what shall we do on the opposite side? Now I've got this little advertisement here that was sent to me in Happy Mail, Arta Cucina. Just love this. You can see the colours are just absolutely perfect. I also have a paper bag that my friend Dot brought back from Seville. So I am going to use this as well. I think this will tie, you know, the black and the colours together. Now, I was having a hunt around for something to tie the background together as well, and I found this. Now, this was something that we printed off the printer that's gone horribly wrong, as you can see, but just look at the colours. The colours are just absolutely perfect. So what I'm going to do is take this off to the trimmer now, just trim it down slightly, and let's see if we can use this somehow. Let's see if we can put this together. Now, that's how I've cut it down. I've also got my paper bag. I'm going to need to trim this down, I think, as well. But let me just play around with this to start off with. And I'm thinking it can perhaps go something like this. So I'm just going to take the paper bag and trim this off as well. And let's see if we can piece something together. But I think that might work quite well. Here are my pieces, and I'm really happy with these, so I just want to try and figure out how I'm going to make this into a cohesive design to work with the opposite page. I do feel as if it needs something else. What I am going to do is take this out of the journal just to make it easier to work on. Let's just check I am in frame. Now, I was thinking that I could maybe use the red piece of vellum, the leftover piece from the opposite page. So I'm thinking that I can have this here, something like this. Now, do I want to cover up original or severe? I think I want to have severe showing, maybe something like this, and perhaps I can use this red piece of vellum as well, just to pull all of the colours together. So I'm liking that so far. Now I'm going to take this off to the sewing machine and just add some stitching just around the border here, but I like that so far. I just love how much the stitching adds. Just look how lovely that is. I've also found one more piece that I want to add. This came in packaging, and just look at the zigzag designs. I think that goes beautifully with this retro background here as well. So I am going to use this to mount my collage on. I'm just going to stick this down something like that. I'm just going to go off and play around with this, and that will be my finished page. I love it. I'm so happy with that, and I'm just going to glue it down, and another page done. Let's just try and get this centralized so that I'm happy with it. I love that. Isn't that just gorgeous? Beautiful page. So I've popped my page back into the journal, and I am absolutely thrilled to bits with this. I just think this is one of the most cohesive pages I have ever made. You can see that I decided to add the quote, "You can never have too much happy, adventure awaits you." I just felt that this part here was a bit right hand heavy, so the quote has just balanced everything out. And I just love the way that the little sort of words on this just flow together really well, although everything was just, well, it couldn't have been more unintentional. So delivered by was the Amazon label. So delivered by Arta Cucina, Seville. You know, everything completely unrelated, but it just works together really well. I love how I've been able to use this as well, which was brought back from Seville by my friend Dot. She went off, in fact, Steve, my husband, was with them as well. They went off to watch the rugby a couple of weeks ago. I stayed behind. It's not really my thing. Dot, of course, hoovered up everybody's bags. Their cutlery were in these bags in the restaurant that they were in. Steve had the greatest of intentions, but forgot to take his out of his jeans pocket, and he's ended up through the washing machine. I do actually quite like the way that this looks. It's really grungy. It was completely sodden, and I just left it to dry, and this is what it looks like now. So I'll have to think of something to do with this one here as well. So I just want to do one more page, and I am just going to do something with the back side of this one here. It will be completely unrelated to the pages we've just done, and I am going to keep it really simple as well. Now this page is inspired by these, which were sent me in Happy Mail. Absolutely gorgeous. My lovely friend Pam again had sent me these. They are just absolutely beautiful. These are Chinese rice paper die cuts, and I think it's this one here I am going to use, just because I think it will go really well with that that background. Now, because it's so busy, I need to tone it down. Let me just try and fold this over, because otherwise that red on the opposite side is distracting, and of course you won't see it once this page goes back in the journal. And I think all I'm going to do is just pop this, which is an old envelope. I'm going to stick that down on the background. I've also got a doily as well, rectangular doily. I'm going to glue this on as well. I don't think I'm brave enough to add any stitching, just in case I screw it up, and I don't think it really needs it, because we've got this perforated detail here anyway, so I think that's enough. Now, of course, I could add some stitching around the envelope, and that might be an idea. Do you know, I think I'm just going to whiz this off to the sewing machine and just add some stitching around the envelope. I'm happy with that. I like the stitching. It just adds a little something. So all I'm going to do now is choose my side, and I'm just going to add a small amount of glue just to the doily, and let's stick that down first, and then let's choose one of those beautiful rice die cuts. Oh, hang on a minute, we've got a couple of pieces of the doily here that are still stuck in. Pokey tool, where are you? Let's try and carefully remove these without tearing anything. That's that one there. And we've got a couple over here as well. Glad I spotted that, because they would have been difficult to get out once I'd glued it down. Come on, Nina, be gentle. And one more. Let's see if we can pull this one out as well. There we are. And stick this down. Let me stand up to do this so that I get it centralised. Gone a bit wrong with my sewing at the bottom here, but that's okay. I shouldn't have told you that, should I? You'd never have been any the wiser. And then let me just get rid of these bits. So that's going to go on there like that. And then which one of these did I say I was going to use? There was some beautiful, I think it was this one here. I think the colours are just absolutely beautiful. Let's pull this out. Just look how delicate these are. They are wafer thin. But I just think that's all that page needs. I know this is really simplistic, but I just don't think it needs anything more than that. So let me just glue this down here first, because this is a flatter surface for me to work on. And how am I going to do this? I'm just going to apply some small dabs of glue, not too much, and I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that this is not going to bleed through. But these date back, I think, to about the 1970s or 80s, I think Pam said. Just absolutely gorgeous, and she'd picked these up in a local craft shop. I'll be using these a lot. I just think they're stunning. So let's just add a few dabs of glue here and there. Just enough for this to stick down around the edges so that it doesn't peel peel up and tear anywhere. Right, let's try and pick this up. Hang on, where are my tweezers? Let's try and do this. And again, I'm just going to stand up, and it needs to go there. Oh, it's stuck to my finger. That's how delicate this is. That will do. That's fine. Isn't that just beautiful? And so all I need to do now is glue this onto the background. So you can see I've just added a small bead of glue, and that's just going to go down there like that. Absolutely beautiful. Isn't that just absolutely stunning? I'm so happy with that. I need to think carefully about what I want to do on the left-hand side. I don't want anything that's going to detract from the beauty of this. And I'm thinking that maybe I should try and find something with a really bold fuchsia pink, which would work really well against the black. Does anybody have any ideas? What do you think I should do with this page here? Should I go with some kind of tropical flowers, a tropical bird? If you've got any ideas, let me know in the comments below. I am really happy with those pages today, and I'm leaving it there. I've got my mother-in-law coming up for a few days, so I'm now going off to prepare the house and get ready for her visit. So I will be back to see you all again soon. But you know, if you've enjoyed this video today, as always, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. It really does let YouTube know that you like what I'm doing. Do let me know what you think in the comments below, and as I've said, if you've got any ideas as to what you think I should do with this page, let me know. Don't forget to go and check out Kylie's video this week and see what she's been up to for the Recycle, Repurpose, Stroke Usual Scraps Challenge, and I look forward to seeing what you all come up with. If anybody wants to follow along with this challenge in the Facebook group, I'll leave the link to the Mixed Media Emporium in the description box below. But take care everyone, and I will see you all again soon. Bye for now.